Hi, it's Becky, Rebecca. Uh, I've changed clothes again. Gaya told me not to wear black because it's already dark hair and she doesn't have good lights. But I don't know, it felt like whatever I wore before, it felt old. And, and I'm not that old, now I feel younger, right? So, I'm still young. Oh, do I have to dress like an old lady? Gaya gave me those clothes. She said it will look good, the blue with my eyes, but it looks terrible on me. I don't care. I wear black. I'm black and I wear black. Anybody has some problem with that? Yeah, it makes me look thinner, like Sanaya said. Yeah, so it goes with me too. With the hair, it makes me look thinner. Yeah, that's it. So I was discussing the Messiah syndrome. I was discussing people that are entering the paradise, what is happening to them in terms of if you are someone that is not going through that and you are around them, how you should relate to them. So I was speaking about the sensitivities. Since they're very sensitive to energy, if you are about to become a carer for people that are entering the paradise, and more people are entering the paradise, I have a lot of work, way beyond that I can handle. I think every day you have like 2 new ones that are seeking for someone that understands things, and it's quite rare knowledge even today. So there's only a few Kabbalic rabbis that knows what to do, and only a few carers, and the carers themselves, you should be trained by Kabbalic rabbis that know what they're going through. Otherwise, how would you know? So, another thing about their sensitivity, since they are so sensitive to energy, one of the things that is happening, and they're losing their ego, they might have difficulties eating all kinds of foods. But they'll have difficulties. They may not have appetite for food at all. They might stop eating sometimes for weeks. So part of the care work is to make sure they eat at least 3 times a day, or at least twice a day, and drink enough, because again, losing the ego is very nice spiritually, but in the physical level, someone can actually put himself in risk, okay? So they need a carer. If they're not in a community of spiritualists, then they need a carer. So, in some level, okay, not even on a daily basis, but more or less. Another thing is the food. Since they're so sensitive to energy and they don't have appetite, not easy to find something they're willing to eat. And you have to put very good energy in it to do actually healing to the food before you give it to them. They are very, very, very sensitive to what they eat and to taste. The sense of taste is very sensitive, so they cannot eat spicy food. They cannot eat salty food. They cannot, it needs to be very delicate, the flavors. I usually cook them vegan food. This is what they want most of the time, but this is what I cook anyway because it's the highest frequency and they are in high frequency and they need good food. However, if they need to be grounded, if they're 2 months, they fly too high or something, they need to be grounded. I use, still it can be vegan, but more of the heavy food, beans, all kinds of red beans that you cook for a long time, that you cook for hours. It's like food with a lot of energy of fire and earth. It is very heavy. It's vegan, but it has like the energy of meat, just without extras, of the sulfur and things like that. So I make all kinds of dishes with beans, tofu, the seitan, and I cook for them. And I do healing ones. I cook because otherwise they're not gonna eat it. And you have to be very manipulative with them, like a little child. Sometimes to convince them to eat because they don't feel like eating. So yeah, it is taking care of someone that is losing her or his ego for a while, and they behave many times like little children. I heard Ronnie said about the inner child, about the Joker, yeah, and they can make you laugh a lot. So that's a fun job, you know. If you have good communication with this shifted one, even though they are imbalanced, they're like, this is so much laughter. Like, let's say that it's a job that you laugh a lot. Like, you actually laugh a lot. So yeah, they're fun. They're fun. They are in a very bizarre state of consciousness. Again, I don't understand it because I haven't been there. But they're funny. They're funny. At least they make me laugh, you know. I don't laugh at them, I laugh with them because they're funny. They get to a point when they become like jokers, and they're funny. So this is something else. What else can I tell you about how to treat them? Yeah, sensitivity of sound. Sometimes they can go on a stage of consciousness of no mind, and it's like they sit there, stare at the wall like vegetables for, it can be hours. They have no thoughts, so they don't do anything, they just sit there for hours. So you need to interrupt them every once in a while, and it can last for weeks like that. Like vegetables. Yeah, you see a vegetable observing the wall. I understand that this is what the Buddhists are trying to reach into it. I understand that many are trying to reach the no mind and anything, but I've seen so many people on this no mind. It's like, it's way worse than an autist, you know. At least autists are communicating a little bit. They are like vegetables. There's this tzemach no mind here. It's a vegetable, you know. So, So, I think I said what I more or less had to say about that, about what to do with the people in this different stage of consciousness. Other than that, you know, I can give you the phone number of my rabbi and go and speak to him, because he knows more about the spiritual. Yaeli most likely will not come here again because it's far. Maybe she can record from her home or something, and, you know, not to travel until it's just, every smartphone has a camera now. I don't think she needs to come until here. I'll tell her that. It's an option. So I'm Becky. If you are entering the podcast and you need a carer, I charge about 5 times more than any other carer, but I'm kind of, not one of a kind, but one of 10 of a kind. So, Girl gotta make a living, you know. Sick and tired being the poor black people. I'm mixed with Russian. I was supposed to be bright-haired, I suppose. Genetics didn't do the mixture like. Nah, I don't regret. I don't want to be something else. Okay. I saw the blonde model, the chubby model. Maybe I can be a model too. For plus sizes, I think I didn't see in Israel even one model for plus sizes that is Ethiopian, that is black. I didn't see even one. So there are Ethiopian models quite successful. Beauty Queen was so yeah, but only slim ones. There is not. I didn't even see one Ethiopian model that is chubby for plus size. Maybe I'll speak to her. Oh, what was her name? The woman, the blonde one that was here. She was very pretty. What was her name? Forgot. So maybe I can ask her. No. Oh, yeah. Should I be from Pinocchio? Yeah. The fat god from Pinocchio, yes. Yeah. Okay. That's what I mean. So, I hope you're not being insulted. So maybe I'll ask her about, she probably have some connections. She's doing it for quite a few years. Just for fun. Like, I have a job, I earn much, but, with modeling, you can, do a lot of money, and you don't really do anything. You just put clothes on and then ding, 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 click. What can I tell you? It's an easy job and you get a lot of money. I'm willing to try. No, I'm not pretty enough. Too black? Too dark? What? Not pretty enough? No? Not pretty enough? I can put a wig, a blonde wig, and paint my face with more white powder, and I will look like this surely. Oh, she's sweet. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'll end this video and maybe I'll see you again. And maybe not, I don't know. As a goodbye for the meantime. Bye, it was Becky.